Alrighty, chat. Hello, hello. How do, chat? I'm waiting to turn on the game audio because it's just absolute menace. Here we go. Okay, now I can turn it up. Probably have to do some adjustments on it because it's a little loud when it's actually playing, but it's fine. How we doing, chat? I have to freaking stop it. Stop it. There we go. Oh, chat, how was your guys' weekend? Hope it was a good weekend, chat. Oh, happy Monday. Chat, we're a week away from Crimbus. It was weekendy? That's totally fair. But yeah, hope you guys are all doing well. Hello, Nightshade, Rabbit, Wolf, Peace. Hello, everybody. Can it be the weekend again? I wish. I feel that, chat. Oh, I have put this game off for almost like a month, chat. We gotta get back to it and figure out where the heck we left off. At least the saves are numbered. Ugh. Now, what actually did we leave off, and what the heck are the controls again? We got a disc. Eagle and wolf medallions. Okay. Oh, I forgot about the controls. Okay, let's put these. Let's grab our knife back. Oh, I'm sorry, Rabbit. Hope things get better for you. What's the deal with this box? Oh god, buttons. Examine box. Okay, that's right, it's just a whole bunch of weird fucking symbols. But nothing's unusual. There's a small round hole in it. Okay. Let's put that back. The controls are super control-y. Okay. The disc says parasol instead of umbrella. That's funny. Okay, alright, what is the button for... Ah, aha! Okay. Map. Oh, you got the tree up? Let's go! Don't stress yourself too much if you don't get anything on the tree. At least the tree is up. We finally got some of our outdoor decoration, finally. We don't have any, like, lights on the house or anything, but we have, like, an inflatable Snoopy, and then we have some, like, ground lights that we put out, finally. There's still a couple of rooms here we haven't been in. No Christmas avocados. No, that's... Oh, see, there you go. You got your tree topper on it. That counts. Totally counts. And yeah, no Christmas avocados. Okay, I remember last time things got bad. There was very large enemies everywhere. And I don't have a clue where we even need to go at this point. Fuck did I go? I went one door sooner than I meant to. Oh my gosh, chat, the Christmas avocado, it's even worse at night. It glows. The whole thing lights up. So, like, nothing else across the street is visible. There is just a glowing avocado at night. It is absolutely ridiculous. I think the room that I'm looking at on the map right now is the room where we fought the snake. It's not super helpful. It's a very sus avocado, for sure. There's a room in the basement that we left undone. Okay, let's head this way. The hydration! Thank you, Nightshade. Ooh, I don't have a ton of water left, but at least I had some. Look at that, chat. I'm only just starting to stream and I'm already low on water. I've actually been pretending to hydrate today. Okay. Trying to even figure out what I still need to do and, like, where things even are anymore. I've been avoiding that body on the floor for so long. Power's still not on, so I can't do that still. shit! Oh my god! I wasn't ready for that. Oh, there's something in that hallway, though, that we haven't done yet. Shoot. I don't super have the right stuff to kill him. Alright. Fucking... I don't fucking... Oh god! That didn't know that was gonna dead end! Ah! Oh! Okay. That was a problem. Okay. We need to come back with A, healing items, and B, a stronger weapon so that I can actually figure out what I'm missing in that room. Ow. Okay, can I even actually get to that box on the left anymore? I remember there being pretty rough enemies on this side. Ah, that's right. Screaming Bird Room is right here. Okay. Yeah, the panel in there was definitely sparking, and I think that's gonna have to do with getting the power turned back on. I just super could not stop to look at it. Okay, unfortunately, I think this hallway has bad shit in it. Honestly, if I perish, that's not even, like, the end of the world. We're fine. Totally fine. I don't think the first aid boxes actually do what I want them to. Unless I can open them. Oh, I can open. Okay. Cool. So that's how that works. Good to know. I have 2 more of those. Alright, let's put in here. I don't have any more magnum ammo. I have some grenade bits. I have 1 shot in the self-defense. Okay, I think I'm gonna have to take the grenade launcher with me. Oh no. Cool, I totally switched out the acid shells. Can't remember how many times you rage quit this game. It's definitely one of the reasons, that's not what I wanted, that I haven't played it in a hot minute. It's because I was just, like, not in the mental headspace to deal with its fuckery. But it's fine. We're back. We're trying again. It's just a mess. Ow. Ow. Again. Can you move? Can you walk? Cool, now we're back to being injured because she just stood still. Great game. Great game. Honestly, again, at this point, if we perish and have to restart, we'll probably be better off, so I don't even care that much. But we're gonna go kill the dude in the downstairs area. Hi, Mom. Welcome to the frustration zone. Was it down here? This is fine. Okay, go around the dude that I don't want to deal with. That dude's been down here the whole game, and I've just been doing my best to ignore him entirely. Oh, I left my knife. No. Oh, he's bleeding. Okay, we're fine. Okay. Let's take a look around in here now. So we had this wet... oh, herbs? I don't know that mixing these will help me at the moment. No, I in fact can't even mix them. That's unfortunate. I just have them taking up space now. Oh boy. Okay. Power supply for the elevator. Main fuse is blown out. Switch over. Yes? Appears to be functioning again. Oh, so the elevator works now? Question mark? Where does this go? I push so many buttons. Okay, I'm still missing something in that hallway. I just don't fucking have room for it. So that's cool. No! Okay. We're fine. It's already back online. Okay. There's just something else in this hallway that I can interact with somehow. Small objects. Notice the seal raccoon city on a broken dish. Is that it? Ah, handgun ammo. Now is that everything? Now it's everything. And gonna wait. This guy's probably gonna stand up out here. Nope. Haha. Heck you. Oh, I hate how I have to wait for it. Ooh. I don't like that. Okay. Fuck, shit, crap! Oh god! No, but I could mix it if you'd let me. It's fine. Oh, shoot. Where the fuck are we? Oh! We're here! Okay. Cool. That moth's stressing me out. Okay, is this open now? Okay. Big super out of space. I don't like him. Okay, this is unlocked now, which is great. Okay, that's the sound of my own feet. It's great. Let's go in here. I'm trying to take a slightly safer path to the box below us. Ha ha ha, safer. Fuck. No! No! This is going well. Oh! I can just use outside herbs. I heard noises. This is fine. Woo! I can run now! Oh god! There's another one! No! We're fine now. It's okay. So, if I'm careful, I should just be able to run straight to the staircase. Okay. I hate that chittering noise they make. It's freaking me out. Cool. Let's get this shit out of my way. Alright, I'm gonna put these things in here as well until I remember where they go. So I can go check out that other area. Yeah. Okay, I think I can go this way. Yeah, because this actually connects back to everything. Oh, I'm so lucky that there's nothing in here anymore. Out of all of the rooms that there's nothing in, this is the one. Okay. Take the battery. Yes. I don't know what it's for. Cool. I'm still missing something in here. Oh, hello. A taser use. That's nice. Okay. This room's clear. Okay. Herbs. And the final one. This room is clear. Cool, cool. Okay. Take me places. Ooh. Okay. Get out of here. You know, it lets out. Okay, but you can't access it from this floor. That's the weird thing, is like visibly being able to see the elevator, but not actually be able to use it. Okay. Let's go out here. What's the deal with down here again? Okay, I have one of these. I don't have the other one. I have the 2 round ones, though. I don't think I have the key to open that door there. I think I only missed an herb in there. I don't like this. I've been almost everywhere else. So there's things that I need to do that I've already been to, basically. Okay, I need to get back to... My brain needs to work. That's what it needs to do. I need to go back to the box and get the items that I haven't figured out yet. Because those are the only things that I need to do. Or that I can even do right now. So we're gonna go back down. Actually, I made this a lot harder on myself. I could have just gone through the top floor. I don't know which one's more worth it at this point. Whee! It's fine. We're all fine. There's like 12 different ways to get places at this point. Okay, I should just be able to come through here and get around to where I'm after. This door, I think. No. This door would be great if there wasn't a big scary monster that I had to shenanigan around. But there's a big scary monster that I have to shenanigan around, so I need this door. So that I can more easily shenanigan around him. So then I need this door. And then we shenanigan to the stairs. I hate this. Okay, we're fine. Okay, so... Okay, we've got just so many things in our inventory now. Okay. I don't think this side room's the one we needed. That's fine. So we already did this room. Okay. Problem is that we still don't know where we need to take all of this. Real quick, chat. I'll be right back. I need to go do something real fast. Alright, chat. I'm back. Sorry about that. Okay, let's see. What are we working with again? Why is that room? Is that the room I think it is? I don't know. Let's. But where am I at the moment? Hold up. Okay, that loops around right there. I need to go back out this way. Out this door. So I have a couple spots in mind right now for things we need to check, I think. So let's come down here. Go out the weird door. Okay. I think this on the map was still red. Yeah, so I missed something in here. At some point. Is shotgun ammo? Just vibing here? Yes, it is. Alright. Okay, apparently that's all I missed right there. That's fine. Okay. So we'll get out of here. Can I enter this side? Yes. Ah, that's right. The Angry Bird Room. Where if you got the puzzle wrong, you got attacked by birds. Wee. No! Can I go in here yet? Ow. Okay. So I'm not there still. I don't think this hallway's any better. Actually, I want to go back in here. Pull that map up again. Yeah. I need to make it to, like, the end of this. Go down here. What else was out here? Okay. So, yeah. So this door should be locked now unless I put... Yeah. Unless I put this thing back in. Oh, shoot. This is not the item that I took with me. Yuck. Oh, heck, chat. We're hacking it up. Unfortunately, this door only goes one direction. Okay. Gosh, I feel like I'm just wandering, chat. Okay. Google, get us at least on the right track. The MO disc. Use these discs on passcode output terminals located in various rooms. Do we even need this? What? Basement 3 of the lab. Okay. What about the other? What about the medallions? Okay, so we need to get to the fountain. That's where everything is culminating, right? So we need to use, I think we need to use the battery that we just got somewhere, and that will open up all of the things. Okay. Yeah. So I know where everything ends up. I just... Where do put... So we somehow need to use this on the elevator, the battery on the elevator in the courtyard. Okay, I was more or less heading towards the right area with these. I just need back into the courtyard. So many buttons, chat. How is our health doing? Mediocre at best. Okay, open this up. Oh, we found a first aid spray. Okay. I don't think we want something that's that strong. The plain green herbs we found last time are more than enough. So hopefully this box has something simpler in it. Yeah, I know, there's so many buttons, piece. There we go, just some... Oh no, these are green and blue. Well, it's fine. It's fine, chat. Shh, it's fine. Okay, so the problem now is, though, is we have to go all the way back around because I can't go back through this door here. This door doesn't work anymore on this side. Whoa. Oh. Who the fuck repaired the doorknob, chat? Ow. Run! Please don't stop moving! I'm gonna eat them. Apparently the doorknob works. That's convenient, but ow. Okay, let's put this back here. I really hope there's still a health spray on the ground in here. I know I left a bunch of shit in here. Hell yeah. There we go. Alright. So I think we need to go out this way. And then... we need access to this elevator. Woo woo. Doggo noises. So I'm after in... No, this is part of the courtyard. Okay, this is all courtyard. So the biggest issue is that coming across here was all of the sneaky snakes, chat. I remember the sneaky snakes. Ow, see? Snakes. Ow. Okay, well at least we only got bit once. We largely avoided the snakes. See, we're fine. Aha! This is where the battery goes. There we go. So now this elevator should work. Which should take us somewhere new. Or just right back to up where we were. Yuck. This just took us in a circle. So what was the point? This just takes us... Alright, nope. The game lost me again. Operate the elevator in the courtyard, allowing access. Alright. If this is supposed to allow access to the underground tunnels, then the only thing that could mean is if I take this up and then come back around, there better be another fucking elevator underneath of me. So then I leave this here, and they want me to run all the way back around past the snakes again. This is the only thing I can think of, chat. How else this battery is supposed to allow me to access some shit? I don't know. Ow! Alright, now we're in trouble again. Fucking... No! 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 No. Fuck, this one's... Oh, shit. We're poisoned, chat. We're gonna die, and I've got so much to live for. Alright, I don't fucking know, chat. They've lost me. I don't know how this is supposed to help. I really thought that I had something going for me there. There was a blue herb over here, though, that we can unpoison ourselves with. Okay. We're just at caution now, which is great. How is this elevator supposed to help? I fucking hate this so much. This game is so confusing. Why, game? I can't spell. Resident Evil. Alright, you're like 12 steps ahead of yourself. Game. Stuff, please. Why is this game so complicated? It doesn't help that the remake is so wildly different. What the fuck? This makes it sound like I am not even remotely... You better go backwards to reverse the elevator. I wish. This shit makes it sound like I'm not even remotely close to getting over there. Resident Evil 1 remake walkthrough, please. HD remaster guide, sure. Mansion Residence Mansion 2. Red and yellow gems. Shotgun shells in the first ammo disc. Jewelry box. Okay. Oy. What? Alright. My model better be angry about it. This game is... fucking... Okay. I think I had some of the things to do a thing. If this guide isn't absolute bullshit, I had the item I needed to open the jewelry box. I don't know how certain I am that the guide's not bullshitting me, though. Mm-hmm. We're gonna find out, though. I'm also gonna pick this up so this room starts looking normal on the map. Yep, that room's clear. Cool. Okay. This room can remain fucked up unless there's anything hiding in the bushes. No, okay. Into the room with the annoying piece of garbage. To get back to our box. Oh, hello. Goodbye. Nope. I should get my grenade launcher and take care of this guy so I can get out of here safely the next time. Okay. Hello. Okay, chat. I'd like you to see how absolutely nonsense this is. Alright, here's the jewelry box. Nothing on it really gives you much indication, except for the fact that it says this. A round recession approximately 4 centimeters in diameter. Which does not tell you that supposedly this is the answer? How about a gem-shaped hole, maybe, for the dialogue? That would be helpful. But no! Like, I swear, chat. Is this piece supposed to rotate? Fuck, it does. Okay. I don't remember what shape this fucking symbol's supposed to be. I think this is not correct. Is it? I don't know. My brain isn't. Alright, we're like already not in here correctly. There we go. That's a little bit better. I think we're still like upside down or something though. Cool. There's a brooch inside. A key. Emblem key. Okay. This should open the door like that's like right next to here. I guess, maybe. Do I have something that can kill... I'm gonna... Because I don't know what I'm gonna get out of the next room, so I'm just gonna get some of these out of my way. Trying not to too heavily rely on a guide, I just needed something to give me something to go off of. Shoot, I only have my hand. I have my handgun equipped. I need to equip the other thing. Walk. Fuck, that's not aimed correctly. I died. Well, this sucks, chat. I didn't save first. I didn't think I was one shot either. And I couldn't fucking aim. Well, our 2 steps of progress are gone. This is why I stopped playing this for like a month. Oh boy, chat. Alright, well first things first, we need to reopen that box. Oh boy. Is this how this went? This doesn't feel right. Why doesn't this feel right? It was not right. My brain is not. There we go. That's the right piece. Brief window of it fitting, like, oh my god. There we go. Okay. We've got the key again. We still have to go through and turn the power on and get the battery again. Okay. Okay. We're doing some good prep work here. Yeah, no dying this time. Okay. Oh. We're by this one. Okay. Cool. God, oh my god! Why? Why is this... Oh, it's already dead. Fucking... Whatever. Cool. Discard the key. We don't need it ever again. Alright, whatever's in here should be nice, I hope. Please. It's too dark to see anything. Bad lamp. Okay. Battery pack for our taser. We've got a piece of a metal object. Shotgun shells. This room is done. Next are... Nothing's been touched. Biology books. Okay. Cool. So that's everything from this room now. We're still missing part of a piece, I think. Because this is stone and metal, and this is just metal, so I think we're missing the stone part of it still. Alright. So, we need to go back down. Do I really need that battery? Brooch key. Metal bar. Okay, we already did the snake fight. Wolf metal, eagle metal. We have both of those. Battery pack, magnum rounds, acid shells. Where do I use the what? Where do I use that? Oh, wait. Oh. We do need the battery, chat. It is actually necessary. Blazing, thank you for the posture check. Okay, we do need the battery. So I need to go... I think I'm... Ooh, bad chair. I think I'm gonna go up because I think this is the safest way to get out of here right now. Hold on. I don't need those in my inventory at the moment. Let's spit those back out for a moment. How you doing today, Blazing? Hope you're doing well. Okay. Doing pretty good. We're struggling a little bit, though. This game is not friendly. We have been fighting this game every step of the way. Been getting more things done in prep for 2024. Nice, very nice. I was super productive this morning. I vacuumed downstairs. I sprayed the carpet for fleas to help keep the pets safe. I push broomed and leaf blowered all of the leaves out of the driveway. It was a very productive cleaning morning for me. Oh, I got a bunch of the Christmas presents for the fam wrapped. Not all of them, but a bunch of them. Okay, we need to go all the way to the end of this hallway. Oh yeah, super productive. Feels good, feels good. Okay, carefully go around this dude that I don't want to deal with. We're gonna go in here now. Are we down? We're down. Okay. Hooray, chat. Orbs. It's funny that I said this game's not being nice. This game is a menace. It is not intuitive. It doesn't do anything to help you. And because it's, like, so drastically different, from the original to the remake, guides are, like, barely fucking helpful. You try to research this game and it's just like, no. What am I missing? What else was in here? We had this issue earlier. I didn't know what I was looking for. Ah, there it is. Handgun. Ammo. Cool. Someone that you know said they would never play older games because quality of life wasn't invented yet. Pretty much, this is rough for exactly that reason. This is even the remade version. This is supposed to be the version that they did some quality of life for. No. No, they fucking didn't. I needed to switch weapons. It's fine. This is fine. Aiming in this game is abysmal. is one of the sewer monsters? I don't fucking know. It has sharks. Does that help you? Does that give you helpful information? It's got plant monsters. Okay, I have 3 open slots now. Priority 1 is to grab the battery out of here. Cool. Let's grab the taser piece. And we can grab these guys. Okay, that's those 2 rooms. I remember your cousin playing a Resident Evil game on the PlayStation 1 and had a black and green disc cover. It's probably this one. Okay, I want my map to mark this door. It's not gonna open. I hate the directions on this. Okay, we can open this door now. Cool. Go out here. Okay. We need to get back to a box. We're gonna head back to the right side of the map because that's the best box with the least concern attached to it. Zoom. Okay. So we go around this, and then I believe it's this door? Two people in the sewer and there's a monster in the water. Never saw a monster though, was scared of it ever since. I think that's either that might be 2. Monster in the sewer is probably the one with the giant alligator. That's not 2. That's... Fuck, I need my brain to work. Library. What Resident Evil games do I own? Nope, I was right. I think that is 2. Because 2 has the really big sewer scene. So that's probably the one that you saw. This. Let's put this away. Put this away. This away. This. Okay, and then I'll need... this, you, and you? Oh my god, this is so much shit! Do I even actually need half of this? Am I... Huh. I don't need the medals on me? Okay. The ancestor of item management. This game is so bad on item management. I love if they would remake this one again in the style of the newer remakes that they've done. Full hardcore overhauls of the entire game. But honestly, a remake that powerful would require, like, it basically be an entirely new game, because I would want them to fix the camera, how it works, and make it like the other game too. None of all of this nonsense that's going on. I'd want the newer item management system. Just all of it. Cameraman is doing so much work right now with all these angles. The annoying thing is that I have to not change my hold direction when the camera changes. I just keep holding in whatever random direction I was holding in the first place, so that I keep going in the direction that I want to. Like, currently I'm holding down. I'm still holding down. And now I have to change direction so I can actually move. But, like, I can change direction and end up going in the direction that I want to. It's just, if I want to keep going non-stop, it's, yeah. It's a lot. Because otherwise there's a weird jitter when the angle changes. But, like, yeah. It's fine. Snakes, 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 snakes. Ow! Fuck that one. Ow! Stop that! Let me go! No! No! Bad snakes. Okay, we probably got poisoned there, but I think there's a blue at the bottom here. Where's my health? Other than displayed by how I'm holding my body, it's on the top left here. Currently I'm in the green, I'm fine, but I am poisoned, so I do need to do this so I don't start dying. So yeah, see? I'm fine. It needs so much help blazing. Okay, chat. So, this is roughly where we were last time. We do, in fact, go up the elevator. 0 out of 10 Mountain Dew and Doritos. But then, so we grabbed the crank, chat, and we come up here, and we're gonna change the flow of water. Over here. We're gonna use this here. We're gonna fill the pool with water. Sound of the waterfall seems to have stopped. That's huge for us. So we're gonna go back this way. Oh boy. Okay, down we go. Okay. The water down here is different, and we can come in here now. I don't like this. Nope, this is creepy. That makes noises. Okay, so there's a door directly next to me. There's a blue herb here. And there should be an item box. The sound in here is awful. Alright, we're gonna take the ink ribbon. We're gonna go ahead and use the ink ribbon to save our progress. You wanna talk about quality of life blazing? There's limited saves. Based on how many ink ribbons you have. Okay, we're gonna put this with what's left of our other ink ribbons real quick. We have 11. We're not doing bad. Okay, I think I can put the crank away. I am gonna spoil why I saw the guide say to pull out a stronger weapon. Limited saves, you mean the hard mode from the remakes were actually a default feature? Exactly. Default features. Don't you love to hate it? I don't know if I need these yet. Okay, so there was the door back the way we came. There's a hexagonal hole here. Alright, you know, I'm gonna leave these until I know for certain that I need them to save room. Luckily, you have a hexagonal shotgun. No, but I do have this? Really? Hexagonal hole and this is not? Oh, I'm just not close enough. Please? Because this is the only thing that makes sense. What do you mean? It's... what? What? Oh, I'm sorry. Mine's not a hexagon. It's... okay, I see. Mine's an octagon. It's different. That is my bad. I know geometry. That's whatever. It's fine. Okay, but there was a door back here. This is still fine. We've got acid rounds. Okay. I don't like the shape of this, chat. So there's something about the way this is placed here. You know how in cartoons where something's colored differently than everything else, so you know that they're gonna like pick it up or use it in some way? That's how my brain sees this right now. There's a very clear line surrounding this, and this is 100% gonna come rolling at me at some point. I'm 100% gonna fucking die to it. Or get Chris to punch it. Fair. You right. Where's Chris's boulder punching ways when you truly need it? Is Chris in this game? That's a great question. I don't know. I don't remember. I don't think we've seen Chris at this point. Elevator's power source. A round lid. Open it. That's not normal. I don't want... Okay. Why are you numbered? I'm examining it from all angles because it's meant something in the past, so... Alright. You know it was referenced in Village? Yeah. I think this is the game where he punches the boulder? There's a lot of characters that aren't in the game anymore, though. There was supposed to be a whole bunch of people in this game based on the mixed up guides I've come across from the original and this version. So, I would like to assume he's still in it as such a major character in the franchise. But I don't think he's one of the people we showed up with. I only know so much about the game. Uh-oh.
Is that you, Jill?
Don't talk like that.
Is that voice Enrico's?
You good, Enrico?
You're alive.
He's
Stop.
not.
Are you with anybody, Jill?
No, but why?
The stars are finished.
Uh-oh.
Someone is a traitor. Umbrella set us up.
Enrico!
Someone just shot. Maybe don't just... Why are you...
Traitor? Who?
Maybe wherever that gunshot just came from? Do you want to go... Jill, you are such a shitty agent. Oh my god. Whoever did this is definitely a professional. They were 2 feet away and shot past me. He's holding something. Cool. We got a crank. Alright. My food is here, chat. I will be right back and go grab... Don't make fun of your waifu? Well, if she wasn't such a bad agent that just had someone shoot next to her, that she would... Like, come on, Toshiro. Even you gotta admit, that was pretty bad. Someone behind her shot the dude she was talking to, and she's just like, Enrico! Like, I'm sorry. She didn't even hardly look. No. She should have gone running toward to, like, see what happened, see who did it. She had a chance to, like, see who it was, and just, nope. She didn't even try to, like, hide from potentially more gunshots, or, like... Yeah, she didn't take cover or anything. She just sat there like, no! Oh... Alright, chat. I'm gonna go grab my food. I will be right back. I will leave you guys with your silly word game. And then we'll see if we can get Jill on top of whatever the fuck's going on here. Oof, that one was rough, chat. That one was rough. I could not see many words in that one. You were getting there, you promise? That's fair, that's fair. Alright, I'm back. I've got prawns and fries. Woo! Okay. Also, how you doing, Toshiro, if you're still here? Hope you're doing well. Okay. Looted that. Shit! Fuck. That scared me. Oh. You're making food too? What you got? Okay, we did not finish searching this room. We missed something. So for some reason we can put that back. Okay, well, I think we have the crank for this next piece here. That's fine. Okay. My biggest issue with this place that we get our seafood from now is when they fry the prawns, they fucking leave the shell on the tail. Who does that? I don't want to eat the shell. Did we just rotate concrete or like rock? Air fried burrito, let's go. Okay, like this is clearly something. I just can't interact with it in any way. Chat. Crap, 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 crap. Run, 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 please run, please go. Oh my god. Same, Jill. Same. That was super instant. I was way too fucking close to that. Oh, scary door. Okay. That's fine. Ooh. Thank you. Yeah, no, this game stresses me out, and then the camera angles and controls make that so much worse. So much worse. No! No! I'm good, thank you. Have a nice day. I don't need this in my life. Perfectly fine without this. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I would like my grenade launcher. And one set of healing items, actually. Thank you, please. Okay. We're gonna equip the grenade launcher, and then we're gonna go fight the menace. There's also a movie that gave you a fear of spiders. Oh no. Yeah, there's a porky puppy outside. Oh god, camera angles, why? Ugh, fine. Okay, I don't know if I'm actually supposed to fight this. I wanted to say first, nope. We've done just enough that I don't want to have to do it again. I distinctly had a plan here. Okay. Yes, please. Oh boy. Okay, now we can go, chat. Now. Whoa, God, there's multiple! The knife! Ow! Ow. How are we on? I can take, like, another hit. spider nose. Ew. Eee. Oh, I can just... Okay. That works. That's fine. Oh, I see you! No! No! No. Oh my god, we had just enough freaking grenade ammo on us. Oh, hello. Map? Yes, please. Cool. I like that there's a whole bunch of poison healing supplies here, just in case you got poisoned in that fight. Still a thing that doesn't do anything. Shoot. I see another boulder. Whee! I think I put the crank back already. So, back through the spider room. Whee! Which will also let us put the grenade launcher down. Okay. Which, is that the square one? I think that's the square one. Where's the other? You look slightly less square. I should, like, double check that. Yep. Sure was convenient how the boulder, like, entirely obliterated. So that there was a hole to go through. Yep. just rotated rock. Nothing this time, huh? Wait, there like shows that there's like... Oh, I gotta keep turning it. One more time. Aha. Shit, fuck, shit, crap. Nope. Alright. Sure. Actually, hold on. Is there anything up here now? Aha. First aid. Yes, please. Is that this room cleared? Yes. Cool. Alright. Uh-huh. Alright, we've got a crank. Whee! I don't know what this is achieving. Okay. What did that do? Hello? Okay. Ha! Okay. Oh, nope, it just goes back in. Okay, well... Oh! My potato brain! No, it is necessary! I'm not on the hole. Hold on. I'm there. I get there, chat. I know what I need to do. Is that in front of it? Ah, there we go. Yes! I know, Blazing, I'm so upset. It's VR only until flat mode. I can't play it. Believe me, I'm so upset right now. I wanted to play it so badly, but it doesn't default release with flat mode. spin again. Good. This is good. Thank you for the spin. Yes, thank you. I wish that they had non-VR ready at launch as well. It's quite the bummer to not be able to play with everybody else, and I'm just like avoiding spoilers, and like by the time I get around to playing it, no one's gonna give a shit anymore. Yeah, no true blazing. No accessibility nominations for it. Okay. Oh my god, directions are hard. But yeah, at this point, flat mode won't be until sometime next year. And we just can't spend that kind of money on a VR set right now. Where the frick am I? This way. By the time you get games, sometimes you forget that this becomes a fresh experience. Yeah, I mean, a little bit to a degree, but like, you know the big, like, plot twists and, like, crazy wow stuff. Oh my god, just let me, like, manually turn it as far as I want. Oh, wait, why are these, like... Oh, no, that is correct. Didn't realize the numbers were just, like, out of order. I had one on their piece. I took it off because I got confused by stuff and it stressed me out. And I got concerned about things. Initially, I had one on Throne, yeah, but... I mean, well, I got the symbols to line up, but, like, nothing happened. It's so hard to know which sets are good anymore, and, like, at the rate which they get, like, replaced, I was just so concerned that it would become, like, outdated on there, and the way that the crowdfunding option on Throne works, I didn't want people to be out of the money, and I got very concerned. Okay, if I put this back in here now that I had the extra piece on it, can I... Flashing button. Press a button, of course. Which, one? Oh, wait, no. Fuck. Okay, I did this wrong. Crap. Yeah, I need to do... 4-2-3-1. Is that the correct? I process now. My brain started to die again there, chat. I almost, in fact, did not have that. Woohoo!
Jill!
Barry? Thank God you're safe.
Yeah, we're so thankful that Barry's safe.
A noise I heard brought me down here, but I didn't expect to find a place like this.
Uh-huh, sure you didn't. We don't trust Barry, chat.
Have any
If you
idea
remember,
as to
he was
what might
talking
be
to
at the
someone
bottom?
suspicious.
There's only one way to find out.
What the hell is that sound? It could be a person. Jill, go check it out. We had enough surprises for one day. I'll stay here and secure our escape route in case something happens.
Okay.
Yep, he's gonna stay here, chat. That's what he does. There's an item box in here. Somewhere. Maybe? It looked like there was on- Oh god, don't stand like that. Okay. Elevator? No. Oh god, words. Ladder? You have the quest 1 and 2, but you wish you would have waited until the third one came out. It definitely feels like what the second one should have been. Yeah, I also, like, got confused, like, when the name changed. A garbage compactor. Ooh, we're gonna garbage compact something. That's interesting. Because when it turned into, like, the meta quest or whatever, I was just like, I don't want to deal with meta anymore. Please, thank you. I'm done with the metaverse. Noises. Cool. Cool. Moaning. No, we can't deal with her! Oh shit! Pull the lever! I don't know what those fucking do! Yeah, we can't deal with that monster. big box. I'm gonna put the big box on the elevator. Oh, goodbye. Take me with you? Nope, okay. I feel like I should have gone across this first. Yeah. Can I bring it back? Don't need to dink around with this anymore. Cool. Helpful. I'm missing something in this room, though. Chemicals. Chemicals. Still chemicals. What am I missing in here? What? Great. Alright, well. Oh god, no! No! Some kind of mechanical hook. Hook is stuck inside the hole. What? Fuck. Oh gosh, no! Ow. Oh god, don't scream at me! She just wants a hug? No thank you. Put something special on him. I hate you. Can I, like, put... To find something special, I was ready to give you my shotgun. Shit! I'm getting lost. Let me out. Okay, I don't fucking know what goes there. God damn, this is not the where I wanted to. I'm so lost. Where the fuck did I come in here from? shit. Absolute garbage of a person. What does it want then? Okay. Sorry, I had to look at our helpful little helper bit. We're fine again. Said I'm gonna need this. And then we go down here. And the thing should be here now? Oh! Hello. Mighty convenient, if I do say so. Alright, to the crusher with you! It is the box. Goodbye, blocks! Like there was never a box at all, chat. Cool. This is safe. Never put your body in under a trash compactor, chat. Now we got a broke-ass flamethrower. Alright, take me. Send me back. Nope, okay. Oh, so chat, I had this idea, to make a bits cup, but not just any bits cup. Since y'all like throwing pennies so much, I thought about making the bits cup look like a wishing well. Ah! Funny story about that compactor. Oh yeah? Oh, and there's the bits. I don't have it yet, chat! I didn't make it yet! Okay, I think now I put this. And then the door opens? Aha. Oh! This is normal. Do I sleep the bits up after stream? How does that work? Oh, it's something like that. As long as y'all have good aim, the bits go cleanly into the fake jar. Snakes, 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 snakes. Okay. Knife. bed's still warm. That's creepy. Ooh, hello. Another jewelry box. Does it just open? It does just open. Stone ring. A family picture and notes. There's something written on the back. November 10th, 1967. Progenitor virus administered. Jessica administered virus type A. Plasmalizing of tissue during cell activation. Virus fusion negative. Action disposed. Lisa administered virus type B. Plasmalizing of tissue during cell activation. Virus fusion positive but delayed fusion. Body modification observed. Constant results. Status continue. Protective observation. George, action terminated November 30th, 1967. There's a journal left by someone. November 14th, 1967. I feel dizzy after that shot they gave me. I don't see Mom. Where did they take her? She promised that we would escape together. Did she escape alone and leave me behind? I found Mom. We ate together. I was very happy. But she was a fake, not my real mom. Same face, but different inside. Ugh. Have to find Mom, have to give face back to Mother. Oh, God. I got Mom's face back. Nobody can have my mom except me. I attach her face to me so she doesn't go away, because Mom's sad when I meet her without her face. From inside box, scent of mommy. Maybe true mother there. Stone box hard. It hurts. Steel rope in the way. Can't see mother because 4 stones. That's not good. Find these. Is the shackled lady the little girl? I think so. Yeah. I'm gonna go with yes. I don't want to fill my inventory with herbs at the moment if there ends up being something more important I need to grab. Oh yeah, super nice and creepy. Oh. This is not where I expected to end up. Okay. Okay. If it lets me, I'm gonna get those back. I'm gonna go get those herbs. Now that I know where it's spitting me out at. Okay. Climb up. Don't think I need that crank. That in here. I'm about to need these. Okay, this put us like super far away from everything, and I'm not looking forward to having to get back to it. I guess we're not technically as far away as it felt like, but... Right here. Noises. If I can save my ammo by just going around these guys, that's the best bet. Thank you for the hydrate, Blazing. Ooh, no! Okay, it's the slow one, that's fine. I was really worried that was one of the faster ones. Do zombies respawn? Sort of, but not really. So... New zombies can show up in an area where there wasn't one. If there's one just lying on the ground, it can eventually either stand up or turn into a scarier one. If you've knocked one down and not burnt the body, it can turn into a scarier one as well. But, like, if you properly kill them, they don't really come back. Okay, from here I need to go back out here. And then sometimes new enemies entirely can spawn at different points in the game. Okay, take this. Now we need to go place all of these. Thankfully, I killed the big enemy that had spawned here. Okay, we're gonna go out this way. We're gonna go up and over, because I think that's my safest bet for avoiding enemies to get to the door. Oh, I never reset the weekly goal. Whoops. I'll try to have that reset for tomorrow, chat. Okay. So now we should be able to finally go down here. And we should be able to place these. Fit neatly open. Ta-da! Old typewriter. Of course the typewriter's here with nary a chest. Oh, thank God. I was like, with nary a chest to do anything. My ink ribbons at the top. Am I silly? Yes. I don't think we're quite at the final boss. It feels like it should be final bossy, but I think there's still a chunk left. shotgun and some handgun ammo on me. I think that's fine. I don't like any of that. Mm-hmm. There should be something in here. The map says that we're missing an item in here. Blink twice if you see it, chat. Am I missing something? Like... Wait, do you really see whatever the fuck I'm missing aside from the ladder? I'm so confused. Alright, well... Goodbye. Uh-oh. Ha! Caught in the act.
Jill,
what are you doing?
You're alive.
No shit, asshole.
I was worried, because I thought you were...
Aha!
Start talking.
Calm down. I didn't want to do it. Believe me, I can explain.
Don't
Explain
lie to
fast.
me.
Uh-oh. Well. Here she is. Ooh.
No time to talk. Jill, hand me my gun.
Oh, fuck. You know what? Fuck it.
Thanks, Jill.
Trust him. That's the achievement I just got. Am I even hitting her? There we go. Oh, I don't have my knife on me. Uh-oh. That's unfortunate. She jumps! I don't think I actually hit anything with that. Oh, God! I'm just letting him kind of do all of the work here. This is fine. I think I'm out of... Yep, I am out of shots. I don't know if I'm supposed to be like... Oh, I am super supposed to be doing something, I think. Crap, ow. You want your mom? Here you go. Oh, goodbye. Alright, you.
I don't believe that thing's really dead.
No, probably not.
Leave this place up to me and go on ahead.
Uh-uh.
Okay.
No! Explain! No! What? Okay. He didn't even explain everything. I wasted so many shotgun shots, chat. Well... Oh, okay. This is normal. This... okay. Large door that won't budge. Aha! We finally have the big fountain thing. Eagle-shaped emblem. Okay. We can put in the burb. And now we need to go to the other side. And we can put in a lion. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, that seems normal. Oh, other side. My bad. Super wet stairs. Going down. Ooh. Achievement, where the magic happens. Break into the laboratory using Jill. Woohoo. Ooh. Sign reads, will not open unless in first class emergency. Time to start an emergency chat. I don't know if we can play as other peeps. I think there was one other character we could choose. Maybe, I guess. Which unfortunately would mean I have to replay this. Oh, geez, chat. Okay, oh, I only got 9 ink ribbons left. I don't like that. Oh, there's some on the ground. Let's pick that up first so I don't miss it next time. Okay, now we've got 12. That's a little bit less of a scary number. Okay. Sounds like more content. You're right, it is more content. Okay, though, chat. This was our shorter stream day here, though, and unfortunately it's gonna have to be quite a bit shorter than normal. I got started awfully late. I had meant to at least get 4 hours in, but we only made it to 3. Play as either Chris or... yeah, the ads are still going. We'll go ahead and let the ads run out here, though, chat. But yeah, I had meant to get a slightly longer stream in, but I want to spend some time with the fam tonight, since we were so busy over the weekend. But thank you guys for hanging out. Tomorrow, Tuesday, chat, Destiny Reset Day. So yeah, we'll be seeing what's new in the seasonal content with that. Thank you guys for putting up with the absolute, like, chaotic nonsense of this game, though. We made some progress, and I think that the next time we play it, we'll probably be able to wrap it up. Maybe Wednesday, chat. We'll go for the wrap up here. Seem fine to you? Yeah, I definitely had to use guides for this. It'd been A, so long since we played, and B, just, I don't know, it just is a little less, it gives you a little less to go off of than the other games do. Older games definitely had a higher difficulty, barrier of make your brain do thing. And then, yeah, a lot of quality of life features are not in this game. It'd be nice if they gave it the super fancy remake treatment that they're doing to all of the other games. I think that'd be really cool to see. But I'm sure it's probably a little lower on their priority since it got its remaster. But chat, let's see if there's anybody that we can send this party on over to. I encourage you to stick around while we raid someone. Help us spread the love. What do we got? Oh, here we go. Lost Initiative is about 2 hours in? What are they doing? Are they done? Or are they just on a screen? I don't know. We're gonna raid Lost Initiative. I don't know what they're doing. It says it's their finale tonight, chat, so go celebrate finale stuff with them. Y'all know the drill with raids. Be nice, follow their rules. Most importantly, have fun. That's my face in the background. Nope. I prepared. It's fine. You know what? Fuck it. Hi, chat. Bye, chat. Oh, okay. But yeah, y'all know the drill. And then I hope you all have an absolutely wonderful day, night, evening, whatever the absolute heck it may be for you guys. I hope to see you all next time. Have a good one, you guys. Goodbye. Goodbye.